السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامة كلها من شر ما خلق. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على ما لا نبي بعده رسولنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. الحمد لله سبحانه نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفر ونستهديه ونتوكل عليه. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. أما بعد، رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Alhamdulillah, we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We glorify Him, we adore Him, we appreciate Him, we celebrate His name. We thank Him so much for the opportunity as granted us today, again this morning. We have gone to sleep last night. It caused us to be alive this morning. It is not a must for us to be alive. It's just by His wish. It's a privilege that we are alive. We thank Him so much. We slept as a Muslim. We woke up as Muslim. It's a great privilege indeed. Some slept last night as Muslim. Morning there are no more Muslims. Perhaps because of the dream they had. Perhaps because of some incidents that happened to them. They changed their faith. فَلِيَعِيدِ بِاللَّهِ. So we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the guidance. We thank you, brothers and sisters, for the opportunity to discuss on this platform one of the purposes of our creation, to worship Allah. And to do everything that will make worship of Allah to be easy. Realizing that you are accountable for everything we do in this world. And to ourselves, we must not sin against Him. We should try as much as possible to avoid sin. And one of the things that can cause sin is zina, promiscuity. And one of the ways to avoid promiscuity is marriage. And when this marriage is conducted or consummated, it's supposed to be ideal. And we are supposed to raise children that may come from this marriage in such a way that they will also be good leaders tomorrow, good parents tomorrow. And that is why we have been discussing for the past 3 months the right of children in our homes. The right of our children. So far we are on the training of the children, the third aspect. We have discussed exhaustively the first aspect, choosing the mother or the father. We have discussed exhaustively the second aspect, giving the child a good name and other things that surrounds it. We are on and you adibuhu. Akul mawlud al-walid arba an yaktar umma an yusan isma and you adibuhu one. We have discussed the first two. The third one is you are able to train the child to become a responsible Muslim, a responsible Muslimah, useful to himself, useful to the Ummah, useful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and beneficial to his parents. All this does not come automatically. It requires some efforts on the part of the parents who have brought this child into the world. We have discussed last week on some of the etiquettes that the children must be taught. The etiquette of eating, the etiquette of sleeping, the etiquette of cohabitation with his family members and relating the house. Thus, we have discussed. We are coming back to these etiquettes. But today, we know we're in a very, very fast world. Things happen very, very fast. Jet world, jet age. Parents are not patient enough to ensure that their children even acquire enough education at home before they start going to school. We see some at the age of 1, they are starting school. Daycare. 2, they're already in primary nursery school. 3, 4, 5, 6, that's already in school. It's important, of course. The children must be trained. They must be educated. They must be educated. They must be introduced to a path that will give them knowledge that benefit them in this world and hereafter. Because we all know Allah has told us, وَالَّذِي أَخْرَجَكُم مِّن بُطُونِ أُمَّهَاتِكُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ شَيْئًا. Everybody, all of us, came to this world ignorance, without any knowledge. Nobody came to this world with knowledge. We came to the world, and the first day it starts father, mother, brother, uncle, auntie. He knows the cup, he knows the pot, he knows the spoon, he knows the house, he knows everything. No, nobody. We all came to this world without anything. Whatever we say, whatever we do, is born out of what? What we hear and what we see around us. So what a child sees and what he hears matters a lot. We have discussed that last week. As such, this child needs to have some education in order to be able to know the right thing and the wrong thing. Even everything around himself. A child grows up to maybe 1 year or so, maybe 6 months, 7 years, 8 years, 8 months, before he says daddy, mommy, Abu, Ummu, before he knows. Before he knows this is my brother, this is my sister, this is my uncle, this is my auntie. It takes time to learn all this. So therefore, introduction of a child to education is important, even as early as 1 year old. Apart from the internal education is going to acquire at home. The etiquettes, the manners, the values, which are lacking today. Introduction of acquired education from external sources, from a third party. Not the father now, not the mother now, not the brother now, not the sister now. He's going to school. He's going to a teacher or an educator to train this child. How do you determine the kind of school your child goes to? It's an important thing. It's an important thing. Choosing the kind of environment where the child acquires education. The instructor, the teacher, under which the child takes education matters. And that's what we look at today. The guidelines for this. The message of Allah, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, even in the Marfu hadith, that is said, that Jabir ibn Abdullah said, and Jabir ibn Abdullah, قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لا تجلسوا عند كل عالم إلا علم يخرجك من 5 إيصال إلى 5 إيصال. All of you take notes of this. Don't ever, you or your children, move out or go and engage in taking knowledge or in seeking education or in taking a vocation under all kinds of scholars, except scholars that we take out from 5 situations into another situation. 5 situations. Today we have seen, we are talking about the elementary education now. Before you go to the secondary and tertiary, there are a lot of things to be said there too, even tertiary institution. Not all people that appear to be scholars, to be ma'alim, to be ustaz, to be sheikh, that are fit to give a student education. Not all. People can have knowledge. They can have wisdom. They can acquire bequeathed knowledge. They can. Application is a different thing. Their personal character, personal conduct really matters. Because a child takes to the kind of person who has taught him. Wow. The way he talks, the way he gesticulates, the way he demonstrates, the way he behaves will be in accordance and in tandem to those who have actually trained or taught him. Even the languages he uses. Even the ibara. the slogans that he uses, the words that he uses. The choice of those things are going to be determined by those who have actually trained him, where he took the education from. And that is why, beyond somebody having knowledge, the character, the conduct, the ethics, the values on the path of that person going to instruct really matters. You don't just say, oh, that school is very good, they have A's, they have B's, they get so well. Not to do that. Who are the instructors there? Who are the proprietors of the school? What is their intention? Are their own children there? Did they impart the same thing to their children? It's important. So these 5 guiding rules, less than by Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is sacrosanct. It's important to look at. Say, لا تجلسوا عند كل عالم إلا عالم يخرجك من 5 إيصال إلى 5 إيصال. Don't sit. Don't send your children to go and acquire education or knowledge from any kind of scholar. I'm going to ADELAKUN. I've seen many children today, many girls today. They grow up now and say, why did I go to? I didn't allow to go to ADELAKUN because their father was actually abusing her. The people in the environment were abusing her. Going to the school and coming back, people are abusing her, abusing him. The language is using the picture on the road are bad. That's actually influence the child. So it's important to take note of this 5 advice from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said 5. أولا من 5 إيصال إلى 5 إيصال. من الشك إلى اليقين. من الشك إلى اليقين. من الرغبة إلى الإخلاص. من التكبر إلى التودع. من العداوة إلى المحبة المودة. ومن الرياء إلى الإخلاص. من الرياء إلى الإخلاص. So the Messenger of Allah says, take care of these 5 things in choosing a source of education. 1. من الشك إلى اليقين. From doubt to clarity. Doubt. The teacher who wants to impart into your child, does he really know what he's talking about? Does he really understand? Did you know why they established the school? Was it only established just to make money? Are they going to impact on education that will not be clear to the children? They always be working assumptions. That's what you have today, everywhere. Probability, assumption. Doubts. They are not actually clear of what they think. The syllabus they want to follow, want to use American syllabus, want to use British syllabus, want to use African syllabus, they are just in confusion. And that's what's destroying many homes today. Confusion. There's no clear-cut, methodology. They borrow this from this, they mingle everything together. So it can become nonsense. And that's why you see many marriages that don't work today. You come to that. You want to be Muslim, Islamic ideology. You want to be Yoruba culture. You want to be Westernized, want to take Western culture. 3 in 1. So what happened? You're not there. So there will be confusion. So education that must give to a child, but that is certain, that is sure, that's in accordance with the teachings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. With this of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In accordance with the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That we take shak away, doubt away. And that is why one of our hadiths of Rasulullah says, إِنَّ الْحَلَالَ بَرْيِّمْ وَالْحَرَامَ بَيِّنْ وَبَيْنَهُ أُمُورٌ مُشْتَبِهَاتٍ. What is halal is very, very clear. What is haram is also very, very, in between these two extremes, there are some confusion issues. Don't go there. Don't go there. Train your child, send your child to the school where they know what they are doing. Where they have the hand from the mind. You are going, so this is what you want to achieve at the end of the day with the child. At age 1, you must acquire this. At age 2, you must acquire this. So they have a clear cut standard defined, and all this that is being defined actually in tandem with the Sharia. Nashak ila yakin, from doubt into certainty. From doubt into certainty. Second one, mina ragaba ila zuhud. أو من الرياء لا تتكوى من الرياء للإخلاص من الرياء للإخلاص من الرياء show off. Oh, where's my child? Oh, it's in that school. They pay this much money there. The kind of lecturers we have, they are graduates of this Cambridge. They have this, they have that. Just show off. They just want to show I have money. So my child goes to this school, goes to that school. Not actually work and kind of educate they want to acquire there, but because of the class, just to show off. My child is a private uni, it's a private primary school, or the kind of nursery they have, the kind of bedrooms they have here, the kind of people that attend to them, they have each child has an attendant, all kind of things, just show off, to show a class. Not particular about what they want to acquire, but the class of where they are. Of this much money I'm paying here. This kind of school bus that's coming to pick them. This kind of people that is thinking about. Not people of value. Not people of substance. Not just something to have, but because they can actually have a class. Nariya. Ila al-ikhlas, to sincerity. To sincerity of purpose. That we have said in the first one, from doubt to certainty. So this one I take it from show off to sincerity. Sincerity to what? Sincerity to the certainty that you have talked about in the first instance. To be sincere to that. To acquire what you want to acquire, you have to have. My child, that we have said in the first thing the child must have is Aqidah. Is the fear of Allah. Is that decided to take a standard will be taken from what Allah has said as a standard and from Rasulullah as a standard, not take other people's ideology as a standard. That's sincerity, that's certainty. All of that will vanish. This was going to remain at the end of the day. So from beginning, this child is being introduced into this. So that is it. Nariya al-ikhlas. Not only show off. Not only kind of class orders, the children of governors are there, children of ministers are there, children of this are there, because you wanted to do that class. Is that your intention? إنما الأعمال بالنيات. All this, the consequences of every deed, is going to be determined by the intention. How pure your intention is. Thirdly, the mission of Allah advice that you look at what? من التكبر إلى التودع. تكبر إلى تودع. You don't take your children to a place where they acquire arrogance from the beginning. Where they tell them to be proud speeches. Where they use language that's a hot. Where they're so pompous. Arrogance. You don't take them to such school. The owner of the school, the teachers of the school, the director of the school, they are all arrogant. Our school is the best. We have this, we have that. Nobody can beat. That's the kind of language they use. They don't use that Allah's blessed us with this. But abrogating all the successes to themselves. A child that is trained under that kind of environment will acquire the same principle. Will be full of himself in life. And what will happen? He will have a downfall at the end of the day. Nothing for Shaitan. Shaitan had knowledge. Shaitan, he had knowledge. He was knowledgeable. He worships Allah. He obeys Allah. But what happened? He was full of himself. He had takabbur. Shaitan is habba wastakbara wa kana minal kafirin. Habba. Habba. What do you call it? He refused. I will not bow down for this because I'm this and this. I was trained here. I was trained here. This is my father. Is this my mother? Is this my teacher? Is this and so I want? So he was full of himself. I will never surrender. He became pompous. Wastakbara. Became arrogant. So he became among the disbelievers. So you don't train your child under a man, under an institution that have arrogancy, pomposity, full of themselves. Indirectly, their child is acquiring. Just you pay your parents too. If you're a kind of person that's very proud, use vulgar languages, your child will use the same thing. Because everything you're doing is training to him. It's just farming. And whatever he says, this is the best. You have taken to it. That's why the trainers will be the best thing. So whatever he says, that is the best to him. Whatever the child says, wherever you take him to, is the best to him. So what happened? You have taken such a place where that's what they do every time. What a pomposity. They sing only music, they say only this, they only dance. You feel that's the normal way of life. To where? Take them away from where there's pomposity, either toward where there's humility. Where there's humility, where they be humble. Where they realize that whatever they have actually is actually been a gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is the master of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That nobody owns anything. In that situation, we must strive, we must struggle, we must be hardworking to attain a position in life. We know that those attaining them is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We make most of our effort. It's Allah that crowns the effort with success. So this we must know. The kind of institution you take a child to. That's why they acquire education. All this will form what it will be in future. It's going to be a good husband, it's going to be a good wife. This is what I've done now. Those things are what is forming him to be difficult to change. Remember, the Messenger says, and in figure that the education you acquire when you are a baby, a small child, is like writing on what? On the rock. It's hard to erase. But when he gets old, and you are trying to correct this ideology, it's like writing on the shore of a river. As you write it, the what do you call it, the waves will come and you rub it off. Rub it off. So you see, that's why you see somebody forgets, and then the person will keep on forgetting. But that's what you have been taught at the age of 2, 3, 4. You still remember them today. A lot of things that happened to me when I was 5 years old, I still remember. Some punishment I remember, some people I still remember. Now, when I see the person, I remember this person that did this to me. Because like writing on the rock, they stay there. The way I talk, my movement, my walking, my style, everything is dependent on the kind of people that train me. That's why you take the training. So you're going to take to the training of the training of the character that trained you, to the style, to the way of life of the person that trained you. That's why it's important to choose, because they are the model. The child sees that person as a model. Indirectly, it's acquiring the skill. It's carrying the traits of those people that are training. That's a story of that. They will not tell them to do this. They don't attempt to do it. As soon as he sees them doing it, it stays in his unconscious mind. Number 4. من العداوة إلى المودة. من العداوة إلى المودة. عداوة. Enmity. Enmity. Vulgar languages. Into love. into affection. You see some scholars, some schools, some mosques, some scholars there. They have all the knowledge in the world. But what happened? They drive away everybody from the mosque. Oh, this is fire. That one is fire. This one is this. This one is that. Condemning and condemning and condemning. Creating enmity. Clashing people together. Pitting people against each other. All this do. If a child takes education for a kind of man that all the time we do this to create enmity between people, he sees the negative aspect of people all the time. He never sees the good aspect. Somebody talks for about 30 minutes, 1 hour, he will only look for the faults. And repeat the faults. And start elaborating the post. And the child is looking at it. It's kind of Facebook. So anybody's talking is looking for the fault. Everybody's talking is looking for the fault. Why? It is the kind of people that train him. They don't see the virtues of people, they only see the vices of people. The child takes to it. So it's a conscious, it's an intentional training of children. So it's intentional, you have to be intentional about training. So intentional about the kind of school your child goes to ensure that they do acquire all this. So all this are what Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam have told us. As the shakil al-yakin ومن عداوة المودة نتكبر نتودع من الرياء إلى الإخلاص ومن الرغبة إلى الزهد من الرغبة إلى الزهد من الرغبة إلى الزهد. So that is important. Two great ambition, desires, gluttony, not having not being satisfied with anything. Always wishing somebody else, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. These are the kind of people that train a child that has so much desire of this world. So much about fanciful things. The kind of place that a child takes his education from, definitely that's kind of life wants to do too. The teacher or the trainers always want to use the latest, talk about the latest thing, latest car, what is trending, what is this, what is that kind of language used. So if that's the kind of place a child gets training, that's what's going to be. So from beginning, he started looking for money. From beginning, he believes everything success in life is a money. That's just some children today. They don't care. Anything to get money, so want to get money. Just as soon as you have money. Whether it is right or wrong, they don't want to care. That's the kind of people where they train. They are trained that, look, without money, you are finished in this world. You must make money at all costs. So he doesn't want to see the merit in what he wants to do. But so that at long as he's going to get money. So if you train your child in that kind of environment, where they don't have zod, they don't have contentment, they don't have a choice, they cannot decide this is what is right and what is wrong. So everything goes. If that kind of person that the trainer takes education from, that kind of behavior, check what in the future. So these 5 things, the little I can take because time is gone, the little I can take on these 5, let us take care of it. And be mindful of it. From beginning, when your child is 1 year, 2 years, don't say when you want to go to university. It may be too late. He has acquired some. Because the best training you can give to a child is between the ages of 1 and 15. The first 7 years and the second 7 years. After these 7 years, 14, 15, after that, forget it. The child is formed. The child is formed. He has taken what he wants to take. You're only trying to reform. You're not forming again, you're only reforming. But the formation itself, and formation is more important than reforming. You're just trying to correct. And it will be difficult to correct. But making the formation, the solid foundation, is between these 7 years. That's why most of the children memorize the Quran. It's easier to memorize within that time. When at 15, 16, it becomes difficult. 20, 30 becomes difficult. Because the brain is refreshed, ready to receive everything. So that is why we have to be conscious of beginning. Oh, is this a small baby? What does he know? He knows a lot. Those things that is seeing, those things that is hearing, those behavior that they display in front of him or her, actually form part of his system and belief. He may not be displaying them now, but it's innate in him. He will start displaying in the future. You say, where did you acquire this one? You have forgotten 5 years ago. This goes what he got. He has seen some of these things there. He has seen some of those things there. You could be careful at home, but where you have sent him to, is it as careful as you are? No. So I pray to Almighty Allah to bless us, to give us good understanding of how to train our children right way, such that they will become righteous, beneficial citizens, Muslims in future. That's our ambition. We are going to the fourth aspect later. But for you to achieve the fourth aspect of that of a child, these first 3 rights, especially this second, third one we are discussing, is very, very, very important. I pray to Almighty Allah to bless our homes, to give us understanding of religion, to guide us on the right path and keep us on the right path, and to make it easy for us to do what is right, and make it difficult for us to do what is wrong. ADELAKUN, show us the truth as the truth, and make it easy for us to be able to do it. And make us to love doing it. Show us the evil, what is bad as bad. This thing is bad, let us know it's bad. Make it easy for us to be able to run away from it. Let us hate it. Let's hate what is bad. What is bad, let us hate it. We don't want to go near it. What is good, let us love it. Not because people say it's good. They may say it's good. I have said that it's good and I love it. So when you love something, it doesn't matter what people say about it. When you hate something, you don't leave it because people say it's bad. You leave it there because you hate it. So may Allah make it easy for us to understand what is right and to do what is right and to love do what is right. And make it easy for us to know what is bad and to be able to go away from what is bad and make us to hate what is bad. Allah yassirna fil akhirat wa tarikul munkarat wa ubal masakin. Allah make it easy for us to do what is righteous and be able to help other people. Fil akhirat tarikul munkarat, what is evil, make it easy for us to leave it. Wa ubal masakin, to be able to love the needy. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. صلي وسلم وبارك على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Inshallah, we continue this next week, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, adúpẹ́ fún Ọlọ́run ọba ọ̀kan ṣoṣo, ọba tí ò ní nǹkan tí a lè fi wé. Òun náà ni ọba tí kò sí ní nǹkan tí a lè fi jọ. Òun náà lọ́ba tó tún ṣàánú wa àtúnbẹ láyé lọ́jọ́ tí ọpẹ́ ní fọ́lọ́run ọba náà. A ti sọ̀rọ̀ tó pọ̀ ní èdè Òyìnbó lórí àwọn àkòrí tá à ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ lénìí nípa ẹ̀tọ́ ọmọ lọ́wọ́ òbí. Àti ń bá ara sọ̀rọ̀ lórí eléyìí láti bí oṣù mẹ́ta sẹ́yìn, oṣù méjì sí mẹ́ta láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Ibi tó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ inú ẹ̀tọ́ mẹ́rin tọ́mọ ní bí oṣù kọ̀ọ̀kan la fi ń sọ lórí ẹ̀tọ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan. Ẹ̀tọ́ ká yan ìyá tí ó bímọ àbí bàbá tí ó bímọ fún ni. Ẹ̀tọ́ ká fún lórúkọ tó dáa àti tó rò pọ̀ mọ́. Ká fárun orí ẹ̀ ní, ká sọ lórúkọ ní, ká gẹrun, ká pẹran súná fún ni, ká dábẹ́ fún ni, ká ṣe gbogbo eléyìí aṣọ kan tó pọ̀ oríṣiríṣi ọ̀rọ̀ lórí ẹ̀. Ẹ̀tọ́ ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹta òun náà ni ẹ̀tọ́ ká tọ́ ọmọ, ká kọ́ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ àti sọ púpọ̀ lọ́jọ́ níjẹ̀jọ́ láti fi jẹ́nu láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ yẹn náà láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ tó bá rẹ̀ ṣe ń tọ́ ọmọ. Àwọn ẹ̀tọ́ wo ni àwọn ẹ̀tọ́ wo ni ọmọ yìí ní fún ẹ̀kọ́ tí ó kọ́ lọ́wọ́ ìyá ẹ̀ àti sọ, ẹ̀kọ́ tí ó kọ́ lọ́wọ́ ìyá àti sọ, ẹ̀kọ́ tí ó kọ́ nígbà tó bá ń rá tó ń káàkiri tó ń dọ̀rọ̀ àti sọ. Àwọn ẹ̀kọ́ kọ́mọ tí wàá gbọ́n sí o tí wàá gbọ́n díẹ̀ àti kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ láti kọ́ ọmọ tó wọ́n kàtó tó ọmọdé méje bá ṣe máa kọ́ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ bó ṣe kírun bó ṣe gbẹ ẹ̀tọ́ kọ́ máa ká ìyá ọkọ àti ọkùnrin àti obìnrin wọ́n máa jọ wẹ̀pọ̀ mọ́ ilé àti sọ tó pọ̀ lórí ẹ̀ náà. À ń padà bọ̀ wá lórí àwọn ẹ̀kọ́ yìí, lórí àwọn ìwà yìí, torí ìwà ló ṣe pàtàkì fún ọmọ ènìyàn. Ẹ̀kọ́ ó ṣe pàtàkì, kò dẹ̀ sí tó máa mú ìwà dáadáa wá àti jọmọlúàbí yẹn wá tí ò bá sí ẹ̀kọ́. Kò sẹ́ni tó lọ́wọ́ bá dá sílé ayé tó gbé mọ̀ wá látọ̀run. Gbogbo wa sílé ayé yìí kò sẹ́ni tó dá nǹkan kan mọ̀, kò sẹ́ni tó bí sílé ayé pé òun náà ó ní first degree, ó ti kàwé gbogbo ẹ̀kọ́ tó parí fásitì tó wá sílé ayé, ó ti gba master tó wá sílé ayé, ó ti doctor tó wá sílé ayé, ó ti di page professor ó wá sí gẹ́gẹ́ bí kíni aláìmọ̀kan pòǹdó tí ò dá tí ò mọ yàtọ̀ tí ò mọ bàbá tí ò mọ ìyá tí ò mọ orúkọ kankan pé wọ́n lẹ́dà afẹ́kùn mi tó ló máa tí kùn látàlẹ̀ mọ́ ọ̀nà ṣe ọlọ́run bá lé mi ni mo yọ yá nínú ìyá yín nínú àpò nínú ìyá yín tó bí dọ́tọ̀ bí yín báyìí látàlẹ̀ mọ́ ọ̀nà ṣe hàn kò sí ohun tẹ́ ẹ dámà ẹ mọ kankan pàtó lọ́wọ́ ní tẹ́wá sílẹ̀ ayé ẹ mọ bàbá pé ẹ mọ ìyá pé alif bá tá a sá pọ̀tọ́ bí láyé tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe báyìí ló bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí kọ́ alif lówó rẹ̀ ló bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ká àbí ó rẹ̀ sọ pé abcd lówó rẹ̀ 1 2 3 lówó rẹ̀ no ó gbọ́ kan ń pe 1 2 3 náà ń pè ní ó gbọ́ bọ́ yín kọ 1 náà bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí kọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n gbọ́ alif bá ó gbọ́ kan sọ bọ́ náà sọ ni so gbogbo apáta wá sí ládàá nǹkan mọ̀ ni bá ṣe wá ládàá kan mọ̀ yẹn a gbọ́dọ̀ lọ láìdá nǹkan mọ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ wá ṣe pàtàkì fún ọmọ ká kọ́ ọmọ ní ẹ̀kọ́ táwa kọ́ yìí ẹ̀kọ́ tí ó mú ìwà dání ẹ̀kọ́ tí ó mú ìjọmọlúwàbí dání ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn yẹn wà lẹ́nu dókítà ni ẹnjìníà ni àkántàntì ni àáfàá ni kódà àgbàlagbà ni ẹ̀rí wọn nímọ̀ wọ́n mọ̀wé wọ́n mọ̀ kí wọ́n lè sọ kí wọ́n lè sọ àmọ́ kí ni kò sí ẹ̀kọ́ wọ́n mọ ìwé wọ́n mọ kéwú wọ́n lè kà wọ́n lè sọ wọ́n lè tú àmọ́ kò sí ẹ̀kọ́ kò sí ìwà pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ kò sí ìjọmọlúwàbí pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ ìyàtọ̀ wà ní méjèèjì nítorí ọba dẹ̀ pọ́nlé jù òun náà ní ìwà Ànábì sọ pé tó àwọn tó pọ̀ jù àlùjánnà àwọn pé àwọn tó níwà dáadáa jù أكثر ما يدخل الناس يوم القيامة يدخل الناس الجنة يوم القيامة حسن الخلق nítorí máa jẹ́ kọ́kọ́lọ́pọ̀ àwọn èèyàn wà lìjẹ́ náà wọn náà ní ìwà dáadáa nígbà tí irun ti dúró tó ti dirun tí ò ṣe àbọ̀sí tí ò ṣe bọ́sọ́ lọ́hùn tí irun dúró tó wà jẹ́ kọ́sí tó jẹ́ tètè wà ní kíni ìwà. eléyìí yarfa'u báwo ni ọdún sọ ọlọ́run sọ bá ní pẹ́ kalima tayyib wa amal salih yarfa'u إليه يسأل كلمة طيب وعمل صالح يرفعه إليه يسأل كلمة طيب ọ̀rọ̀ dáadáa à ń gbàdúrà ni à ń ṣe kíní kan ni à ń ṣe kíní ọ̀dọ̀ ló yẹ kó lọ o àwọn kí ló máa gbé débẹ̀ gbòòrò táǹkì amalu sọ́ọ̀lẹ̀ iṣẹ́ rí inú ìwà ni ìwà yìí à ń kọ́ ni kì í fò mọ́yàn so tàbá wá ti mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹ̀wá ṣe wà pẹ̀lú ẹ̀kọ́ sí kí ẹ̀ tó wá rán ọmọ lọ sí ilé ìwé ayé ta wà ń sí ayé kanjú ni ọmọdún méjì ọmọdún kan ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí lọ sílé jẹ́rọ́sìmí ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sọ́dọ̀ kinda ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sọ́dọ̀ daycare ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí nursery school sukọ́ ọmọ ètò wa lọ sílé ìwé àwọn nǹkan wo ló yẹ ká wò ká tó fọmọ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ìtawà fẹ́ kọ́ra wa ọ̀tọ̀ èyí tó jẹ́ pé wàá di kọ́ ẹlòmíì ní ó kọ́ tíṣà mi ló máa kọ́ ọ̀dọ́ nìkan ló ti máa kọ́ àwọn nǹkan ló máa yẹ̀wò ọkọ̀ yìí Ànábì wa Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam ó sọ fún anadis kan tí Jábìrì ibn Abdullah gbà wá fún wa ó ní لا تجلسوا عند كل عالم إلا عالم يخرجك من 5 إصال إلى 5 إصال ó ní ẹjọ́ kìlọ̀ fún yín o àfáà kan ní mọ̀ àfáà kan ní gbígbó ó ṣe parí masira ni ó ṣe parí ní Egypt ni ó parí lékè níkọ ṣe dá lékè kọ sílẹ̀ ní lékè rẹ̀ tóbi ó fáyìn ìyẹn kọ́ lẹ fẹ́ wò lékè yẹn dá gan léwé yẹn dá gan so ìrìnàṣọ yẹn dá gan àwọn bá débẹ̀ báyìí oríṣi bẹ́ẹ̀ oríṣiríṣi ló wà ń bẹ̀ owó tó bá àwọn tó tọ́jú wọn bá wọn mọ́ tónítóní ni yẹn kọ́kọ́ lẹ fẹ́ wò kí lẹ fẹ́ wò Ànábì ní ẹ má ṣe mú ọmọ yín lọ kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ níbi kankan àbẹ́yìn fúnra ara yín ẹ má lọ jókòó síwájú ẹnìkan láyé àtijọ́ ẹ̀mọ̀kan máa ń tẹ́lá síwájú àfàyè sílẹ̀ lọ sukúl tájú kò ló ṣí àtàjẹ gbogbo ìgbà yẹn wà á tẹ́lá síwájú ẹnìkan tó máa kọ́ ẹni àwọn ọ̀sán ẹ̀kọ́ tó máa lẹ́kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ àmọ́ nísìnyí ayé tí wàá jókòó sí gbogbo ìgbórí náà ẹ̀kọ́ náà ní gbé tó bá ti lọ síwájú yẹn lọ́kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ náà ni afẹ́nitó kí ni yóò bá yọ yín kúrò ní nǹkan márùn lọ sínú nǹkan márùn tó máa gbé yín kúrò ipò márùn lọ sínú ipò márùn àkọ́kọ́ nínú ẹ̀lẹ́ṣàkè ìlàyẹ̀kẹ́ nínú ìròyìn nínú rújúrújú lọ síbi ohun tó ṣe géere ẹni tó mọ ohun tó ń ṣe yìí ṣe pé àwọn èèyàn dálé ìwélẹ̀ bí náà dálé ìwélẹ̀ àwọn olówó wà ń bí léwé náà dálé ìwé sílẹ̀ torí pé ó wà ń bẹ̀ tó bá débẹ̀ a máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí lo oríṣiríṣi àfẹ́ lu Amẹ́ríkà là ń kọ́ bí o tàwọn òyìnbó là ń lò bí o tàwọn Yorùbá là ń lò bí o àṣẹ oríṣiríṣi style oríṣiríṣi náà máa lò syllabus oríṣiríṣi náà máa lò wọ́n bá wà tíṣà kan wá lé ní agbé wa tó wá gbé mi wá lọ́la agbé wa bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n wá darí ọmọ rú tíṣà ya kọ́lé yìí tó wá kọ́lé yìí the same thing tíṣà wa dúró síbí kò ní dúró pẹ́ oṣù méjì ló ti lọ wọ́n ti gba tíṣà míì ń tẹ́lẹ̀ kọ ọ̀tọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ máa fẹ́ lọ́kọ ọ̀tọ̀ wọ́n á darí ọmọ rú. àbá lọ síbi kan àfa àṣẹ wá sí báyìí ó ṣe wáyé tá a bá gbọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ọ̀tọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ bá ti ṣe tá a bá gbọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ọ̀tọ̀ tọ́lọ́ bá ṣe ẹgbẹ́ orí wa dàrú ọmọ ọmọ tó ṣe mọ́ láti kékeré wọ́n mọ̀ mọ́ lọ síbẹ̀. ta ló kọ́ yín kó lẹ́ẹ̀kan àfa ẹni tó kọ́ yẹn má gbọ́dọ̀ lóhùn bó ṣe yẹ kó rírì bó ṣe yẹ kó rírì o èèyàn kan kọ́ ìlú mi tó wá ń kọ̀ndẹ́mù tó kọ́ èèyàn kọ́ ìkọ́nú àwọn olùkọ́ kọ́ mọ́ níwèé ènìyàn kan wá pé tó kọ́ yẹ kó yẹ kó kọ́ ẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ bó yẹ kó kọ́ èrè wọ́n ti ń dẹ orí ọmọdé rú ní ṣáàkì wọn ò mọ tó ń ṣe lálìyẹkìn lọ sí tó mọ tó ń ṣe tíṣà ń kọ́ ọmọ ní mathematics ló ṣe ó ṣe lẹ́ẹ̀kì ló parí ó ṣe lẹ́ẹ̀kejì ó parí ó ṣe lẹ́ẹ̀kejì ó parí ọ ní I'm sorry I'm making mistake mo sọ wọn kó mọ tó ń ṣe nìyẹn ọ̀nà mọ́ àwọn náà máa rí tó bọ́ ṣe ń ṣe nìyẹn ní ṣáàkì lálìyẹkìn tó jẹ́ yẹkìn ní kí ọmọ Ọlọ́run tó máa kọ́ nímọ̀ Ọlọ́run tó máa kọ́ nímọ̀ bí tó ń jọ Ọlọ́run tó máa kọ́ nípa ṣe ń gbélé ayé tó máa kọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń rojú Ọlọ́run bí wọ́n ṣe ń ṣe dáadáa sóbì bí wọ́n ṣe dáadáa sẹ́bí bí wọ́n ṣe bẹ sára à ń pọ̀ lórí gbogbo ẹ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ ilé ìdílé ìpè tí wọ́n ti lè rí ẹ̀kọ́ báyìí ìkọ́ kọ́ wọn níwèé lásán kọ́kọ́ nìkan jẹ́ kọ́ máàṣì kọ́kọ́ nìkan jó kọ́kọ́ jẹun kọ́kọ́ lọ́lé kọ́ máa kọ́ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ bọ́ ṣe ń tẹríba fóbì bọ́ ṣe ń wọ̀ dáadáa sóbì rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ má mú wọn lọ sí ilé ẹ̀kọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ tí wọ́n ní kọ́ ọmọ yín ní ohun tó ń jẹ́ òótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ tí wọ́n ń kọ́ wọn ní ọ̀rọ̀ ayé yìí nìkan. ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì ẹ má mú ọmọ yín lọ sílé pé omínà rọ́gàbà ilà zod ẹ má mú ọmọ yín lọ sílé pé yóò ti kọ́ wọn níbẹ̀ ni pé rọ́gàbà ilà zod kò sí nǹkan míì tí wọ́n ń kọ́ wọn ní ilé ìwé yẹn lọ àbí kọ́ bá kọ́ wọn ní kíni ọ̀rọ̀ ilé ayé nìkan ayé owó ni tó bá ti mẹ́kẹ́ owó lè mẹ́kẹ́ báyìí wọ́n mẹ́kẹ́ oríṣiríṣi ọ̀rọ̀ ayé nìkan náà ń kọ́ wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ wọn kọ́ wọn níbẹ̀rẹ̀ Ọlọ́run wọn kọ́ wọn láti mọ̀ pé gbogbo tó náà bá fún yàn láyé Ọlọ́run ló ń fún yàn àbíṣe mo fẹ́ di báyìí nìkan náà lé wọn ò rórí pé àsìkò tọ́lọ̀ yẹ kí fọ́lọ́ wọn lásìkò ẹ̀ lé nítorí náà bá fẹ́ lẹ́kìí ṣe lé kì í ṣe fún ìyẹn ló jẹ́ pọ̀jù lẹ́yìn gbogbo àwọn ìwé tá à ń kọ́ wọn lọ ó ṣàkọrọ̀ lé ayé ìjọrọ̀ lé ayé ìnìkan ni. gẹ́gẹ́ bá ṣe ń sọ lọ ẹni tí ó bá ilé tá a máa mú ìwé mọ lọ sílé ìwé jẹ́ pé mínà tó máa yọ kúrò nínú mínà rìyá al-ikhlas tó máa mú kúrò nínú kárí mi ilé ìwé kárí mi ilé ìwé wo ni ilé ìwé tí wọ́n mú mi lọ tó wá mọ ìtàn sọ ilé ìwé yẹn tó wá mọ àwọn tí a tó ń kọ́ wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ Cambridge náà ti gbé wọn wá syllabus báyìí náà ń lò kéde kan gbogbo ẹ̀ ló bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí kò irú bọ́ọ̀sì náà gbà wọn lọ sí school tó bá wọnú classroom wọn lásán tó bá wọ sẹ́lẹ̀ gbogbo eléyìí torí pé kíni kì í ṣe ohun tó fẹ́ kọ́ wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ àmọ́ kárí mi pé class tèmi náà wà rè àwọn náà ti débi pò báyìí láti máa fi ṣe ìyẹnràn lásán láì ṣe pé torí pé ohun tó fẹ́ rí lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ láṣẹ mo lọ sórí iléèwé báyìí so ó ṣe pàtàkì pé ẹni tó fẹ́ mẹ́kọ́ ọmọ tó lè ní ẹ̀kọ́ tó máa yege kó jẹ́ pé ibi tá a mú lọ ó jẹ́ pé ẹ̀kọ́ gidi náà máa kọ́ kì í ṣe kárí ibi la fẹ́ lọ fi ṣe kì í ṣe àwọn tíṣà tó ń bẹ fẹ́ lọ lò àfẹ́wò tíṣà tó wà ń bẹ o àmọ́ kì í ṣe irú yí pé àwọn èèyàn báyìí ló wà ń bẹ ẹni tó nílé ìwé gan láti wò ó ṣé ẹni tó dúró déédéé ni ṣé ẹni tó nímọ̀ tó fẹ́ ṣe ni ṣé ẹni tó mọ̀ tó fẹ́ ṣe ni ṣé ẹni tó lè fi ọmọ ẹ̀ sínú ilé ìwé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ṣé ẹni tó yẹ kó ń fúnra rẹ̀ gangan bẹ́ẹ̀ ni iye ní àpọ́nlé ni tó dẹ̀ ní ìbẹ̀rù ọlọ́ba lára wọ́n ilé ní ṣe pẹ̀lú ọmọ torí gbogbo ẹ̀kọ́ tẹ̀ fún ọmọ yìí ó lè má ti sọ̀rọ̀ àmọ́ ti wọnú ara ẹ̀ lọ tó bá dàgbà ó ń bò wá fi àwọn kìnìún hùwà so kárí mi tó bá jẹ́ pé òun ló pọ̀ jù lọ́dọ̀ òbí tó bá pé òun ló pọ̀ jù níbi ìwé tẹ̀lé àwọn ọmọ lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni lọ́mọ náà máa ṣe kárí náà ló máa ṣe. bákan náà òun náà ni mina takabur ila tawaddu' láti mú ọmọ lọ sílé ìwé tó jẹ́ pé yóò gba ìgbéraga kù lọ́rọ̀ ẹ̀ ìjọra ẹni lójú kù lára ẹ̀ lọ síbi ìrẹ̀lẹ̀ tó rẹ̀ sílẹ̀ ìjọra ẹni lójú ìgbéraga àyínú ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nímọ̀ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àfà ló nímọ̀ àmọ́ ìgbéraga ni àwọn nìkan la nímọ̀ tó báyìí àwọn nìkan la nímọ̀ tó báyìí àwọn nìkan la nímọ̀ tó báyìí àwọn òyì rí ibi tó bá dá lára àwọn èèyàn ibi tó bá kù sí ni wọ́n máa ṣọ́ ó ṣe mistake báyìí ó ṣe mistake báyìí ó ṣe mistake báyìí tó wá kí báyìí náà fi kọ́ ọmọ tọmọ náà bá dàgbà ẹ̀kọ́ tó fi kọ́ yẹn ìwà tí àáfà ẹ̀ ìwà tí tíṣà ẹ̀ ìwé tó ń wọlé ìwé policy school yẹn ló máa fi hùwà hù òun náà tó bá tẹ́yìn méjì bá ti sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí actor à gbogbo àwọn mistake ẹ̀ àṣìṣe ẹ̀ àlébù ẹ̀ ló máa rí kò ní rí tó dáa àlébù ló máa rí eléyìí kì í ṣe pé bóyá kíní wọ́n ti fi kọ́ láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni irú ẹ̀kọ́ tó ń kọ́ nìyẹn irú ìwé tó ń kà nìyẹn irú àwọn tó ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ nìyẹn tó kú ṣáà máa criticize kó máa rí wá àwọn àlébù èèyàn so irú ibi tí wọ́n mọ́ lọ́wọ́ láti kó tó wá gba ilé ìkú lọ́wọ́ ọmọ tó máa fún ní ìwà ìrẹ̀lẹ̀ tó wà pé ìmọ̀ tó ní bó ti nímọ̀ ètò òmù alátọ̀run ó kọ́ mbì kan náà ni tí ò ní jọ rẹ̀ lójújù so òun ló fà á lẹ́nu jẹ́ púpọ̀ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn wọ́n nímọ̀ wọ́n túmọ̀ mọ́ṣáláṣí dàrú gbogbo ìjọ dàrú gbogbo ẹbí dàrú wọ́n dẹ̀ nímọ̀ ikú wọn nímọ̀ wọ́n mọ̀ lórí wọn mọ gbogbo ọmọkùnrin àwọn àti ìtọ́wà gbogbo ẹ̀ àmọ́ kí ni ìjọ rẹ̀ lójú ti pọ̀ jù so tí ẹ bá mú ọmọ ẹ lọ sí kó lọ kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ nírú iléèwé bẹ́ẹ̀ àbí lọ́rọ̀ tíṣà bẹ́ẹ̀ àbí skul bẹ́ẹ̀ àbí lẹ́kẹ́wó bẹ́ẹ̀ kò sí ní ìwà tóun náà máa ní nìyẹn bó bá ṣe nìyẹn ó ṣe máa ṣe nìyẹn so ó ṣe pàtàkì kárí pé a mú ọmọ sí ìjọba máa gbọ́ ìwà ìgbéraga ìjọra ẹni lójú girimankai mọ́tòmọ́tò ṣetán èṣù kì í ṣe yẹn burúkú o tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ onímọ̀ tẹ́bítẹ́ onímọ̀ olóye ó dẹ̀ lẹ́sìn àmọ́ kí ni kò ní wà tó ló ṣe ojú rẹ̀ lójú lọ́dọ̀ ọba tó dáa ṣe báyìí ní ààyè ìbọn ti kọjá kí lágbá ilé adámọ̀ tó dáyọ̀ ọlọ́mọ jẹ́ kí n rí rẹ̀ àkíyẹ̀ pé ilẹ̀ ẹ̀ àṣà ni kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ojú rẹ̀ lójú abba wastakbara kana minal kafirin torí pé ojú rẹ̀ lójú yìí ó kọ̀ ojú ní gbéraga èèyàn kí ló wá ṣe ó dẹni ilẹ̀ so gbogbo ìwà tó wọ́n bá ń hù lénìí ìṣepẹ́ ọmọ ilé wò ibi tẹ́ ẹ ti tọ́ ni o ilé ìwé tó lọ ni o àwọn tó bá rìn ni o tó bá ṣe sí ni o so wà lọ́wọ́ òbí kó máa ṣọ́ irú ilé ìwé báyìí ẹni iṣu pẹ̀lú àwọn píkítà yìí pé tábà ẹ mọ ọmọ ikú bẹ́ẹ̀ ni tó wáyé kí ní kan wọlé gbáyé sí tó dẹ̀ fi pariwo lójú tó ń pariwo lójú ọmọ tó dẹ̀ ń bú òbí lójú ọmọ tó ń bẹ̀rù lójú ọmọ ẹ ti mọ̀ kọ́ ọmọ ẹ náà kan ìwà tó máa mú nìyẹn irú bẹ́ẹ̀ yóò kí mú ọmọ ẹ lọ síbẹ̀ wọ́n máa kọ̀rọ̀pìtì ìròrí ẹ̀ láti kékeré tó bá dàgbà gbàtí kí ni wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí yé yẹn ló máa fi hùwà so ó ṣe pàtàkì láti ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ bákan náà ni minal adawati mawadda ká yọ kó ní ilé tó bá ti rí ẹ̀kọ́kọ́ tó máa kó níbi à ń wá ọ̀tá àwọn èèyàn à ń dá wàhálà sílẹ̀ à ń da ìjọrú à ń dẹbírú kí tó máa fi wá ìfẹ́ àwọn èèyàn tó máa sọ̀rọ̀ tútù tó máa dé káwọn èèyàn lè gbọ́rọ̀ Ọlọ́run eléyìí wọn dá àwọn ibi àwọn eléyìí wọn jọ wọn dá ẹgbẹ́ bọ́ ti débẹ̀ skul tó ti wá báyìí àbí ilé ké wọn ni àbáfà wọn ni gbogbo rẹ̀ ló máa ń criticize gbogbo ìjọ ni ò dá ìjọ eléyìí ò dá ìjọ tọ̀hún ò dá wágbẹ́jọ́ ò dá sàmọ̀dọ̀ ò dá ẹ̀gbọ́n bàbá ẹ̀ ò dá ẹ̀gbọ́n ìyá ẹ̀ ò dá àwọn ẹbí ẹ̀ ọ̀tá ni wọ́n o ṣọ́ra fẹ́ bí o ṣọ́ra fara o tó yẹ kó tó fi ń kọ́ nílé ẹ̀kọ́ nìyẹn jẹ́ ọmọkùnrin tí wọ́n fi ń kọ́ nílé ẹ̀kọ́ ọ̀tá pọ̀ lọ́ fi ń kọ́ nílé ẹ̀kọ́ tó yẹ kó bẹ́ẹ̀ ni tó fi àkọ́ láti kékeré ló ti wà lára ẹ̀ kò sí ni tó bá dàgbà tó máa ṣe náà ni ìwọ ló máa hù ọ̀rẹ́ ló máa sọ so ṣe pàtàkì àwọn nǹkan márùn tí mo kà sílẹ̀ yìí tani wa Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam ká wò ká tó tún ọmọ lọ sílé ìwé afẹ́ kó dáa fọmọ ni o àmọ́ kó má jẹ́ kó wọ́n ara máa fi ṣe àṣẹ ọmọ náà ẹran tó kọ́ mọ̀ ẹ́ máa gbégbé sáyé títí ẹ̀ tẹ́yìn ò ní síbẹ̀ mọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ wà láyé gan wọ́n wà láyé títí ẹ̀ náà wà láyé títí yín bó tẹ́ fi kọ́ yìí ló máa fi máa hùwà tẹ́ wá fi kọ́ yìí torí pé kò sí ẹ̀kọ́ lé ń bẹ̀ kí ló máa fi ṣe ó máa fi iná gẹ́yìn náà jẹ́ so ṣe pàtàkì àwọn márùn yìí ká mójútó Ọlọ́run kó ṣàlékún àgbọ́yé fún wa tó bá di ní ọjọ́ mẹ́jọ inshallah á kọ́ntì pẹ̀lú àwọn ẹ̀kọ́ lé mi jọ ká fún ọmọ àmọ́ ilé ìwé tẹ́ fẹ́ mọ́ ọmọ lọ ẹ̀ mójútó ilé ìwé fine ẹnìkan ló wà ń bẹ ta ló ní ilé ìwé náà irú àwọn ìṣòro ti ilé ìwé náà jáde àwọn ló ń kọ́ mọ́ ń bẹ̀ irú kan náà kọ́ wọn níbẹ̀ ó ṣe pàtàkì kò sí tó ní kóbi má lọ sí ilé ìwé gbà mí wọn kọ́ ọmọlẹ́kọ̀ọ́ kọ́dà ìlú kó náà lọ bí wákàtí pẹ́ta kó kọ́ dojú ní kó máa gbọ́ tó ń kọ́ àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ kò sí tó burú nù ẹ̀ kò sí tó burú nù ẹ̀ torí wọ́n ń ṣèpọ̀jọ́ ó ń sanwó fún ni nítorí wọ́n bá dẹ̀ ń sanwó fún ni láti mọ tọ́kọ́ ń bẹ̀ ìkẹ́kọ̀ọ́ gbọ́mọ lọ sílé ìwé ó dàárọ̀ ó dalẹ́ ọjọ́ kejì tó ń lọ náà nìyẹn ẹ̀yẹ tó kọ́ wọn wò gbogbo wọn lè ló dàrú so kẹ́wọ́ ibi tó bá jẹ́ kó wọn mọ tí wọ́n ń ṣe déédéé owó nìkan náà torí ẹ̀ dá sílẹ̀ ẹ̀ bá lọ bẹ̀ kárí mi náà torí ẹ̀ dá sílẹ̀ ẹ̀ bá lọ síbẹ̀ ọ̀tá náà kọ́ níbẹ̀ ẹ̀ má mọ̀ lọ síbẹ̀ ìgbéraga ni wọ́n máa ń ṣe níbẹ̀ ẹ̀ má mọ̀ lọ síbẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ ayé nìkan náà máa ń lò bẹ́ẹ̀ náà máa lọ síbẹ̀ gba àwọn eléyìí ló máa ṣe fúnṣọ ọmọ yín Ọlọ́run kó bá tọ́jú àwọn ọmọ wa Ọlọ́run kó ṣe ọlọ́mọ lálùbáríkà Ọlọ́run kó bá ṣe ọlọ́mọ rere tó máa wúlò fún wa tó máa wúlò fẹ́ bí tó máa wúlò fara tó máa wúlò fún ẹ̀sìn Islam tó máa jẹun tó máa wúlò fúnra wọn lọ́jọ́ iwájú tó máa jẹ ọmọ tí wọ́n máa rí yọgàn kékeré yìí ni o gbogbo tó bá wọ yunifásitì pẹ́ ju o ti pẹ́ ju o yunifásitì gan tó bá ti wọ yunifásitì gan ẹ̀kọ́ tó wà lọ́tọ̀ mo tó wọ yunifásitì kò tó wọ yunifásitì àwọn mss wà ń bẹ lóòótọ́ wọ́n ṣe mss muslim society but ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn míì níbi wọ́n ti ń ṣe ìjọ mùsùlùmí ti ń ṣe ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ ti ń kọ́ nípa kúkọ̀ ní máa fọ́ mọ́tò 18 years 20 years ní máa ti fi lọ́kọ láì gbàṣẹ lọ́wọ́ òbí ẹ̀ wọ́n wà léèwé máa ṣọkọ tìyàwó tó bá ti jáde tó yunifásitì wọ́n ti kọ́ra wọn tó bí ó dẹ̀ mọ̀ wọ́n ní láwọn iṣẹ́ ìsìnkú wọ́n bá ṣe zina torí náà kúkú fẹ́ ilé kẹjọ máa bára yín sùn ẹjọ́ pa àtìyàwó tí ó kọ̀ǹtì láì gbàṣẹ lọ́wọ́ òbí ọmọ àdé skul tó bá kọ́ tó wá bá sí yẹsà jọ́sọ̀ tó mari kò fẹ́ mari náà ni tó bá bá tọ́mọ̀ tí wọ́n náà ti tó ti parí kó fẹ́ mari yẹn ó ti ní nǹkan tó ń rí ó ti kọ̀ọ̀kan tó ń gbọ́ lọ́tọ́ dá kọ́mọ́ kí ó tètè mari kó dá kọ́mọ́ kọ́jú kó tó mari àmọ́ tó bá tásìkò jẹ́ kó mari tó bá ti jẹ́ kó ń pariwo ẹ̀ jù ó ní ohun tó ń sọ fún tó bá ti ń bó òbí ágì lórí pé nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe nìyẹn nǹkan tó bá láti ṣe nìyẹn súnà nìyẹn tó bá rẹ̀ sí lágídí jù lórí ẹ̀ tí ò jẹ́ kéèyàn bá òun ronú láti ṣe tó tọ́ àwọn tó ń kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ tí wọ́n ń kọ́ ni ohun tó ń gbọ́ ni irú iléèwé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ó pọ̀ ní bá sọ̀rọ̀ ṣe tí mo fẹ́ bá dárúkọ ní bá ṣèṣì ẹ̀kọ́ àwọn alọ síbẹ̀ báyìí wọ́n ti fún wọn lọ́kọ̀ ńbẹ̀ tó yẹ ẹ̀ wọ̀ sọ láti wo iléèwé bẹ́ẹ̀ ká tó mọ̀ wá lọ síbẹ̀ o bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn skul kéèké náà tó ti kọ́ ọmọ náà tó kọ́ wọn ní LGBTQ ọkùnrin lè dé obìnrin lè dé ọkùnrin o lè dísà láti máa mọ ọdún tó ti kọ́ láti kéèké gbúdọ̀ àwọn ilé báyìí aláti ṣe ṣọ́ra nípa ẹ̀ láti ṣọ́ra ẹ̀ nípa ẹ̀ ó dọ̀wọ́ ní kálukú wa ọmọ tó lọ fa àmọ́ náà ni káwọn ọmọ náà lè jẹ́ ọkọ tó dá lọ́jọ́ iwájú ìyàwó tó dá lọ́jọ́ iwájú ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ ló ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ o àmúkùn ẹ̀rọ ẹ̀wọ́ olókèlè ẹ̀wọ̀ ẹ̀wọ̀ sàlẹ̀ o ọlọ́run bá tún ọ̀rọ̀ ṣe o formation la ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń fọ́ ọmọ yìí ni àyẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń mọ́ ní àyẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń lé foundation ni tó bá ti di kó ti dàgbà tó àṣẹ máa túnṣe nìyẹn àtúnṣe dé àtúnṣe àṣẹ bí a ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ nǹkan ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ nǹkan lọ́rọ̀ tó tọ́ ó sọ̀jú ká wá ṣe ń jákujàku ká wá láfẹ́ túnṣe lọ gbàmí ẹ̀kọ́ nígbà túnṣe o ọdún méjì àkọ́kọ́ ọdún méjì ẹ̀kejì òun ló ṣe pàtàkì fọmọláyé láti ọjọ́ kọta ti bí tó lọ́dún méje lẹ́yìn náà ọdún kejì tó máa bí ọdún mẹ́rìnlá mẹ́ẹ̀ẹ́dógún gbàtọ́ ń jáde yunifásitì tó ń jáde secondary school fẹ́ lọ sí yunifásitì yẹn ìgbà ẹ̀kọ́ ni formation mọ́ tá a bá ti rí wọn fọ́ọ̀mù dáadáa ń gbà yẹn tó parí nìyẹn torí ti bọ́ sínú ayé bá ti wọ yunifásitì ti bọ́ sínú ayé bàbá ò sí bẹ́ẹ̀ ìyá ò sí bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́ òun jáde òun wọlé gbà tó àwọn wọlé gbà tó òun jáde kò sẹ́ni tó bá gbé lọ kàwé kò sẹ́ni kó sóbi tó rí mọ́ kódà kó máa gbalẹ̀ yọ lọ sí yunifásitì sójú wọn kálukú wa àsìkò yìí ká mójútó اللهم ربنا تقبل منا انك سميع الدعاء وتب علينا انك تواب رحيم فلا تدع لنا ذنبا الا غفرته ولا هم الا فرجته ولا دين الا قضيته ولا مريض الا شفيته ولا عدو الا هزمته ولا كربة الا نفسته ولا حاجة من هوائج الدنيا هي لك الدنيا بالصلاة الا قضيتها ويسرتها يا رحمن الرحيم ربنا هب لنا من ازواجنا وذرياتنا قرة اعين واجعلنا للمتقين اماما اللهم ربنا أصلنا ديننا الذي واسمة أمورنا وصلنا دنيانا فيها معاشنا وصلنا آخرتنا فيها معادنا وجل آيات زيادتنا في لقاء خير جل موت رواتنا من كل شر لما أسنى أكبتنا في كلها لما أسنى أكبتنا في كلها لما أسنى أكبتنا في الأمور كلها جنة من خزي الدنيا وعذاب الآخرة ولا حول لنا ولا قوة إلا بالله. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة. اللهم آمنا في نيجيريا ọlọ́run bá tún nàìjíríà ṣe o, bá tún nàìjíríà ṣe o, bá tún nàìjíríà, má jẹ́ kó gun ṣẹlẹ̀ nàìjíríà o, má jẹ́ kó wàhálà ṣẹlẹ̀ nàìjíríà o, má jẹ́ kí dààmú ṣẹlẹ̀ nàìjíríà o, bá wa tún ṣe o, bá wa tún ṣe o, bá wa tún ṣe o. Tí nàìjíríà bá ti tòrò ilé wa náà ó tòrò, tí nàìjíríà bá dàrú ilé náà lè dàrú, ilé náà lè gúnrégé. ọlọ́run má jẹ́ kó dàrú o, bá tún nàìjíríà wa ṣe, bá tún ṣe, bá ṣe ní kọlọkọlọ rẹ, bá tún wo fámìlì wa náà ṣe, àárín ọkọ àtìyàwó, àárín ọmọ àtòbí, àárín ọ̀gá àtọmọṣẹ́, àárín aládùúgbò aládùúgbò. ọlọ́run wọ́n ṣe bá tún gbọ́ ẹ̀ ṣe. subhanaka allahumma bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifuna wa salamun alal mursalina walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.